Welcome everyone for another episode of the Pondcast. Joining me today is Jari and Glen, and today we're going to be talking about the new trailer that dropped for Pokemon Legends Arceus. So, starting off, Jari, why don't you tell me what was your favorite part that you actually saw in the trailer before we go into the nitty-gritty?
The bit that was riding, it looked so clean. Riding Pokemon stuff, it looked so good. I loved that part.
Yeah, it did look really good.
Yeah, it did.
What about you, Glenn?
For me, I think it's definitely got to be the brand new introduction of Cleavor. Honestly, I just wasn't expecting that. I thought they were just going to give us another another trailer that was just solely based on like the whole, maybe like the ride thing, or like some more info about the region. And bam, there we go, Cleavor out of nowhere.
I didn't even expect a trailer at that point.
Yeah, we're gonna get into that one a little bit later, but that one was pretty good. For me, I'd have to say that the little things, the really little things, from the riding aspect where you could start catching Pokemon, that I thought was insane. Just lock on, chucked, and oh hey look, there's an artillery. We each have obviously our different takes on Pokemon games, what we like, what we don't like. But when we start getting into that nitty gritty of the trailer, exploring the region on the riding Pokemon, and apparently you're using a flute now, so I guess that's their version of the ride call from Sun and Moon.
Definitely.
My question is do you guys think we're going to see other Pokemon in this, or are they going to specifically be Weirder, Legion, and Hisuian Braviary? Like, we're only going to see those particular Pokemon for the for ride Pokemon?
It's a good question. Like, I feel like that might be enough for the entire game, but I also feel like because the Diamond and Pearl games, I mean, at least according to the trailer that that also appeared recently as well, there seems to be about like eight HM moves. I feel like they could go as far as like, 8 Pokemon total for a Pokemon ride mechanic kind of thing, but I also feel like what they have now might be enough.
Yeah, like 5 Pokemon. Yeah, I think so too.
You think they're going to continue with the theme of using only this game-specific Pokemon? Because if you notice, we've not seen anything other than those 3 specific Pokemon, which are all native to this game, this region. You think they're going to continue this so that there's that rumor of the rock climb Pokemon that looks nothing like we've ever seen. So I'm wondering if that is also going to be another Hisuian variant Pokemon.
I think so. Yeah.
Yeah, I think if they do, I think it's most likely like they could probably use it for like Pokemon that are just for that region. Because I mean, as far as we've seen, that's all we've gotten, right? So like, I think I can totally agree with that. I mean, like, who knows? Maybe even maybe even Cleavor is part of that list. We just, they just didn't tell us yet.
I don't feel like Cleavor is a ride Pokemon. Maybe for good. That's maybe it.
I'm gonna have to agree with Jari here. I don't think Cleavor is gonna be a ride type Pokemon, but definitely.
I don't think you want to sit on it when he does that.
Although he would probably make scaling mountains pretty easily with those big old meat hooks of his.
Yeah, or if they are going down, like, maybe it's not just ride Pokemon, right? Like, maybe they have like an HM thing going on, then you can definitely see that guy cutting down some trees, just like how they kind of revealed him in the trailer.
Yeah.
Now I want to ask you both, starting with Jari, the scene where you see Braviary going under the archway of the rock between the rock and water. when you saw that, what was your take on this?
I think it's kind of crazy for a Pokemon game to do that. They never did this before, right?
No, this is
So
the first
I
time.
think it's insane if you can do that. If you can do that to the whole region, I think I like it a lot.
Glenn, what about you?
I feel like that's pretty interesting because like the closest the most similar thing that I can think of for like a flying type ride, Pokemon would be back in Omega Ruby Alpha Sapphire when you were able to ride on the Mega Latios / Mega Latias. You had control, but you didn't really have like the option to like kind of like, like dive down or go up or anything. Or at least I don't remember that being a thing. You can speed up, you can travel, but like I feel like being able to do that just shows like they're kind of upping their game, at least in terms of like, their movement and then maybe a little bit of their camera angles and stuff. So I think it's pretty cool.
Now, I want to bring you guys' attention to something. And it has actually to do with the scene where you do see Braviary and you're flying with Braviary. You'll see what looks like Braviary in yellow on the corner with the plus symbol on it, but there are two arrows pointing left and pointing right.
Okay.
Do you guys have any speculation as to maybe what this particular thing is? Because I don't believe I've heard anybody talk about this yet. And I happen to notice it on the last pass through. Do you think maybe we could this might be that we can summon a different Pokemon for the ride?
I think we can just summon him. Where's the plus button for to summon it?
Yeah, could be summon or to dismiss it. But now that actually leads me to another question. If you unsummon your Braviary while you're in the air over water and you hit the water, do you swim or do you drown? Do you automatically call Basque Legion?
Maybe you can dive in the water. I don't know.
I feel like I think someone spoke about it. I think because I've been watching a lot of Austin John's like analysis videos. I think he spoke about it at one point. There are parts where that yellow icon is grayed out, if I remember correctly. So it's probably the arrows probably indicate like So maybe you can choose like which ride Pokemon you can call upon. But I remember seeing a clip of like I think he was jumping in the air with Basque Legion, I think, and then that icon was grayed out. So I don't know if you're gonna be able to do that, but yeah, that's just what it seemed like to me, or if I remember correctly, anyways.
Okay. So as we progress through the trailers, they move into meeting the wardens.
Mm-hmm.
And the first thing I want to bring attention to everybody, to our viewers, is Mai. When they start her off from the feet down and they pan up. And she's wearing clothing, and on her clothing she's got a couple of Pokemon on there. She's got a Stantler, she's got a Nursering. However, if you look in her knee area, there also appears to be, on the Stantler side, the flower from Flabebe. And I'm wondering if maybe Flabebe is going to be one of the Pokemon that will appear in this region. When I cross-referenced what we know as far as available Pokemon in this game, it was not on anybody's list. I mean, I'm cross-checking Cerebi himself, because he's got a currently working dex with every Pokemon that we have seen and every possible evolution attached to them. So it makes me wonder if Flabebe is going to be one of those that's going to be shown at a later date. And I would, what do you guys think on that? Jari?
It could be. It's just a flower. We can't say anything yet, but it's possible. It's like 3,000 years ago, I think, with the war in Kalos and all.
Not to my knowledge. I don't think they reference Kalos at all in this.
Yeah, I don't think they did either.
No, I don't think it has anything to do with that Pokemon.
But they did. I mean, if with all the trailers they've released, we have seen Pokemon that were definitely not, native to that region during Diamond and Pearl. So
It could be.
it's possible. Yeah, it's possible. Like I wouldn't mind seeing Flabebe, honestly, or that whole line, because it already had like a pretty neat mechanic or a neat like shtick where it had like the different flowers that it could be riding on. So like it'd be cool, like maybe if they brought that in, maybe not have as much colors as when they first released in X and Y, but I mean like, hey, give us some native flora towards the Suian region during that time period. I'd be down for that. Or maybe just like those rumors, give us some regional variants or a regional evolution.
Yeah, I mean, I definitely want to see. I do enjoy the variants a lot.
Yeah, same.
It seems to bring a nice new life to old Pokemon that really need some help. For the longest time, I mean, I was always one of those proponents of the people who were like, we need to give Farfetch'd a little love. Farfetch'd is a single evolution Pokemon, and I thought it was always cool, and I was sad that nothing ever much did with it, and after a while it was just so outclassed by other Pokemon. And then Gen 8 drops, and oh hey, here's an evolution to a regional variant, and I'm just like, yes please. I actually really like the regional variant too.
Yeah, I agree.
That's true. Because ever since regional variants were first introduced in like Sun and Moon, it's like, oh man, I can't wait for them to show us more, or give us more of those, because it's a pretty damn good idea that, kind of wish that they started earlier, but hey, I'm glad it's already there.
How many regional evolutions do you guys want? How many new Pokemon?
I mean, I'm good with like no more than 20. To be honest,
I feel good at 15.
Yeah, between 15 and 20 seems like a really good number because it doesn't saturate the region with older Pokemon, but it still gives the older Pokemon a little nice flavor to them.
Having too much might be a problem, but honestly, I wouldn't mind if they put in like a crap load. Honestly, like just give me like something else new to work with, I guess, or what I mean. As new as you can get, granted it's a regional variant, but maybe like 15 to 20 does sound like a good number though.
Okay. What are your thoughts on them retconning older Pokemon into new regions? Example, when we first got regional variants, we were told that Alolan Executor was the original Executor, and what we've had for 6 generations prior was actually a regional variant because of the fact that it didn't get enough sun, which some people found images back in the old Pokemon Jungle card games of Executor looking completely different than what we had known him to be at that point. And then in Generation 8, they did the exact same thing with Zigzagoon, saying that the Zigzagoon line was originally from Galar, but then when they brought it over to Johto, it changed into the form that we have there, and because it was a different form, it didn't get its 3rd evolution. What do you guys feel about when they do things like that?
I don't. I mean, it's normal. It happens in this world too. I like it a lot. It can give us a lot of chances to see new Pokemon.
I'm gonna say, like, in terms of that, I feel like it's not too bad because it gives you kind of like that surprise factor too. Like, oh, you would originally think it was from this region, but no, there's the possibility that, it was actually from another region and just came over. I mean, it's like what Yari said, like it happens in the world too, right? Like, um, what was it? I think the best like explanation I can think of would be like here in Hawaii, like we never had mongooses here back then. It was something that was brought over to take care of like a rat problem that happened. But then, it totally like backfired on them just because of like the times like the rats were up and then the times that the mongooses were out. And then they kind of reflected that in Sun and Moon as well, with the whole like Alolan Rattata Raticate thing, and then the young goose, showing up. Like I thought that was a pretty cool reference to that. So honestly, it'd be good. Like Zigzagoon, like especially like I everybody thought it was just like a straight up Gen 3 Hoenn Pokemon, and then all of a sudden they tell us, oh yeah, it's possible that maybe it actually came from Galar, and this is how it actually is, and it's like, I'm down for that. I am down for that.
Yeah, same.
All right. So, this they dipped into a little bit more on the craft system, just not by much. They just showed a few different things. For example, they tell you how to craft some item that's actually hidden, and it looks like you can craft multiples at a time, which is nice. What we see is the Pokeball looks like a heavy ball, some kind of medicine, and what looks like the escape doll version. What do you guys think? Like, obviously we're getting things we need, like the Pokeballs, and utilitarian items like the escape doll. What about you know how there's some signature items for some Pokemon, say like the Leak for Farfetch'd, the Light Ball for Pikachu. What are your thoughts on being able to craft potentially? Let's just say potentially craft items for different Pokemons that would give the boost, the hold items that are going to be introduced into this game. Like, we've never had a crafting system before, so this is all new.
I really like it. Does me thinking about Monster Hunter. I love it. It gives me more exploration and look for stuff and items.
Okay.
It's more like a grind game then. Now.
What? Yeah. I wouldn't say grindy. It'd be more like gives you reason to explore, which gives you.
Yeah. I mean that. Yeah.
Yeah, it will give you chances to find more Pokemon, which gives you a chance to find more stuff. Glenn?
I think I think it would be really good if that was the case. Like, you do get to craft like little items that would give like a small boost to your Pokemon. That'd be really, really interesting for them to do that. And if they actually did implement it, I would give them like some really good props for that, because that would be pretty cool. Because because if they're trying to go for that, more RPG-ish like feel, or more open world RPG-ish feel, I think that would be a good step in the right direction. If they were able to craft like little accessories or something for your Pokemon that boost their stats.
Okay.
Do you guys feel like we will get new items?
Possibly. I mean, we seem to get new items with every generation, even if it's just region specific. Like Galar had the wreath and the cuff, I think, for Galarian Slowbro and Slowking. Moving on to the Pokemon Pastures, which is their answer to the Pokemon Box. I thought it was brilliant to begin with.
Agreed.
But there's been some speculation based on images that we've been seeing, like the Snorlax. Some people pointed out that looks a little weird, as well as the Lopunny, and wanted to get what you guys think about that particular page when they showed it off.
I think Snorlax might be shiny, but I don't think the Lopunny is. Snorlax looks really blue.
Isn't Lopunny shiny? Isn't it like more towards the weird, like a brownish pink color or something?
Yeah, it's usually pink.
Yeah.
As for the Snorlax, taking a look at it again, if it is shiny here, I would also give my applause to them as well for inputting this like that. Because like, I don't think they've ever done something like that, right? Where you actually see the shiny mod like in your like little party icon thing, or like your in your party at all, or a sprite. That's what I'm thinking of. Like, I don't remember them ever showing that in like at least a mainstream Pokemon game or a mainline game.
That might be just completely new then, yeah. I'd like it to, if it is true.
Yeah, I've got to admit, again, I love to use Cerebi because he's got such a complete, he gives such complete information. And looking at the Gen 8 version of Snorlax, that Snorlax is definitely panning more towards the darker color blue, which would indicate the shiny version.
Yeah, I will show you how it looks normally.
Yeah, so I actually dig the fact that if this is the case,
I'm sure this is shiny. How it's not shiny?
It's a big color difference too. So it's not like it's something that you can just say no, it's the standard color. No, that's actually a big, significant color change.
Yeah, it's really different. It's way darker. You can see it so easily.
Now, in the same pasture screen, you get the info window that opens up. What I want to actually talk about is the rings, the numbers and the rings around next to each stats. You've got everything from hit points all the way down to speed. Some say 0, some say 2, some say 1. Some of the rings are filled in more than others, some not at all. So, obviously we don't know what this means, but any speculation that you guys might have what it could indicate? Because if it was in the battle scene, I could extrapolate that being as the turns that you use to boost up your stats. But this is the pasture screen, so none of those moves would be affecting. So, like, Yari, do you have any idea what you think this might be?
I think we can level every type. Like we can level up attack, defense, special attack. I think we can all level them up. Maybe there's a way. I don't know really. So many possibilities.
I feel like the first thing that popped into my head as a battler was the fact that it could be like indication for like IVs or something. But then I feel like that idea got scrapped out the window for me because it's like, I don't think that's it. Like, it feels like something totally, well, it obviously looks like something totally new. It's just that I just can't think of what it could be. Like, maybe let's take it into like another RPG like experience. Like, if it's like a bonus point system, maybe those are like extra points that are getting put into the move so that it does more damage or something, or it just boosts the move in general, maybe. I could also see it as being like a move level up system, maybe. Like, oh, like you use this move this much and then now it's at this level, which in turn would probably increase its efficiency, maybe. That would be like the other thing that pops in my head.
Well, let me throw this at you. Referencing an old fighting game on the PlayStation, Dragon Ball GT Final Bout. Anybody who knows that game knows exactly where I'm about to go with this. There you had a training mode, and in that training mode you can build your character out, and if you spent your time doing nothing but a punch to defeat your opponent, your punch actually got really, really strong. So as you leveled up, if you did nothing but punch, when you hit something, you're going to see their hit point bar drop. However, if you neglected the other attacks, that you had at your disposal, your kicks, your special attacks, your finishing attacks, they would all do almost no damage whatsoever. So, what if you were to take a, say in this case, they've got Drifblim. Let's say since he's got Mystical Fire, that would be boosting up the special attack. If you kept spamming special attack constantly, it would also add to your damage boosting as well as the EVs and then your IVs. So this would add yet another layer of being able to really custom your characters, your Pokemon a bit better. I mean, if that was the case, what would you guys say to that?
I still think I'd be down for it. I mean,
Yeah,
it's like another RPG element that they just added into the game to make it feel like, an open world RPG kind of thing. I'm down.
Yeah, so do you guys remember the first trailer where you need to get Pokemon and do what you need to find what they do in the world, and maybe we can level up with that.
Maybe.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm really looking forward to seeing what those numbers are about. I mean, if it was just straight up numbers, it would be one thing. But there's a bar that's filling at this. Let's see. Then moving forward, we get to see all the character customization stuff and photographs as well. And I'm glad to see that they brought that back.
Yeah, definitely.
The styles they have so many different styles too from the looks of it.
Trying to figure out which one I would enjoy using.
They're putting so much in this game.
Yeah, I definitely think that they're about to drop some interesting things in the near future.
Yeah, because just for the reference of that, or just to pitch in on that, I mean, I do think it's pretty awesome that they have a kind of a for the style of clothing, you can choose something that's more Western referenced or something that's more Eastern referenced in that regard, which is pretty cool. I thought if they brought in clothing customization to that game, it was just gonna stick with a purely, Eastern look, where it's just kind of based on the clothes that are being used in the Hisuian region at that period of time. But I'm kind of glad that there's more to it than that.
All right, finally, moving on to Cleavor. When they announced this, when he came out of nowhere, I think a lot of people were expecting something totally not Cleavor, because we had seen the teaser images of something yellow. Is that Gorochu? Could that be Gorochu finally? And I was kind of hyped about that. But instead, it turns out that it is an evolution to Scyther. And what were your first thoughts when you saw Cleaver come out, Glenn?
So as soon as so when they first revealed him in the whole yellowy color and everything, I was like, hey, that looks like the thing that was kind of leaked a little bit a while ago before all these when the first trailer dropped. And then when they showed his form afterwards, when they showed the different viewpoints of its body, I was like, wow, this thing is really resemblant to another Pokemon. I just can't think of it right away. And then when they gave us the full body pic, I was like, no way. I was tripping out. I was like, it's got accent. It's got accent. And then yeah, I mean, I was totally blown away. And once again, I am down for it. I am down for this new regional Pokemon.
Yari?
Yeah, I love it too. I loved it when it got all tracer behind it. I like this Pokemon a lot. It looks clean. I don't know why.
Probably all those sharp edges. Dum-dum. Well, I mean, when you actually get a chance to see it in its full form, it does have a lot of physical connections to what we know of as Scyther and Scizor. And the fact that this is an alternate evolution from how it's worded on the Pokemon website. Now, I know a lot of people have been talking that they haven't seen any abilities. I don't think they're gonna be on the same page that they were showing the stats on. And there's something about what they wrote in the Pokemon website about this particular Pokemon that makes me think that it's going to have a very similar ability like Weak Armor, where when it takes damage, its defense drops, but its speed goes up. In this case, its defense would drop, but its attack would go up because of what it reads here. And Kleavor that have survived many battles will display larger chipping across their bodies. However, the chipping actually makes these stone parts sharper, increasing their slicing power. So this is kind of, would lead me to think that this might be turned into an ability, and we're going to be seeing even more new abilities than before. Your thoughts?
Yeah, makes sense.
Yeah. I can agree with that. I wouldn't put it past them to put down at least a new ability or two, especially when it comes to like brand new, or not really brand. Oh yeah, I guess in a way brand new Pokemon that are being introduced. Yep.
Okay. And of course, we can't talk about abilities and a new Pokemon without obviously talking about the brand new attack that goes along with it, which apparently looks like it's going to be a signature attack for Kleavor. Jari, you seem to be like really excited about this show. What are your thoughts? I really want to hear what you've got to say.
I love that name, Stone X. I like it. I like it that we get new moves. It seemed like really a Gen 9 game. Feels new. It feels like something different from normal.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's it.
Glenn?
I definitely think it sounds like a very powerhouse move, like something that'll do like a crud load of damage. Maybe not have as much accuracy depending, but like it just shows like how much power this thing has. Like it makes me think like this Pokemon is definitely, more than likely it's going to be a physical attacker kind of thing, but it's also going to deal like kind of stupid amount of damage. Like I'm thinking like almost maybe on par with like an attack stat like Rampardos, So somewhere up in that region, I think it would be pretty cool.
I actually think I'm seeing this one as like a dual wing beat, except with a rock type feel to it.
Okay.
Because it's coming off in the shape of an X, which looks like he's using both of his hands. So obviously, because of how big they look, they're not going to hit at the same time. So it looks like you're going to have a staggered hit. So to me, it just really feels more like it might be coming off of like a dual wing beat, where you see the hit once, but you'll see the damage pop twice. What are your thoughts on signature moves like this? Actually, there's one other thing I want to talk about too. But signature.
I have a few too.
Moves. Okay, what do you got?
Do you see the map in? I have a map. I pinned a map in the.
Yes.
What yet? Look at it. Do you like that map? This map does me thinking about Monster Hunter.
I admittedly haven't played Monster Hunter. Yeah, I'm going to get hate for this, but I haven't. But I see what you mean. Like it's just divvied up into different area, regions, and sections.
Yeah. What do you think about it, Glenn?
I guess I could definitely see like a Monster Hunter reference thing, like the whole fast traveling system as well, where items or where things are located. I can definitely have a feel for that. And I'm good with it. That makes traveling around a lot easier, because like I'm not the biggest fan of open world games. I do like them, don't get me wrong, but like sometimes if I don't know where I'm going, I'm just gonna end up like blacking out in game at one point. It's like, oh, what's over here? Oh no, giant skeletons that are way too high level for me. Oh no! I mean, in this case, that's not an open world game, but if you don't give me a map to look at, I'm not gonna have any idea where I'm going.
Yeah.
So, maps welcome.
Yeah. Do you guys see the white cave? It seems to be a cave.
Yeah. There's actually a few things I'm noticing on this. First off, yeah, the points of interest on here. So it looks like you have like a seed, 2 seeds, a berry, what looks like a Pokemon, a Pokeball, the flight. I guess the fast travel locations. There's a music note, and the cave that you're pointing out, and it looks like there's also location markers and your location, but also look at the coloring on this map, and I'll put this up on the video for our viewers to see. Some parts are have way more color in them than others. If you look, and it's not even connected. Like if you look down towards the bottom where it says the Heartwood, there's a section that's totally clear, but next to it's all foggy. And then up by Deer Track Path and Aspiration Hill, the same thing. You've got sections of that map that are much clearer than others, and it makes me wonder if that's just to let you know where you've been versus where you haven't, and how is it you can miss that entire center landmass without leaving a trail of I've been here, I've been here, I've been here. I think we might actually see your flying ability come way early in game.
Isn't that a fast travel? I think that maybe that's a fast travel. When you camp there, you can fast travel to other places.
Yeah, I think the blue markers are the fast travels. But if you look at the map, a good chunk of this map has the colors are muted versus 3 specific locations that aren't. And your character is in one of those non-muted locations. If you look.
Yeah, maybe if you go there, it goes away.
I wonder if they're gonna have like an Assassin's Creed kind of thing, like how you usually go on those high focus points or something, or I don't remember what they're called, but like you perch yourself on top of there, and then it kind of like you press a button and it kind of gets you a scan of the area so that it kind of reveals it on the map itself, or like it unfogs it. Maybe they'll have something like that. Maybe.
Mm.
Yeah, maybe. I think so too.
I mean, that'd be cool too.
Maybe we can just fly to there. That's the only thing I can think of.
Okay. So it looks like it's got a lot of similarities to Sun and Moon when you think about it. You had your island challenge where you didn't fight an actual trainer. You fought against a totem Pokemon, and it looks like the same thing's going on here. Where
Yeah, with the Warrens, yeah, I agree.
I mean, they do show you battling the Warrens at some point, but I think that's to just prove that you can handle the Pokemon that you have to go ahead and challenge, which would be the noble Pokemon in this case, as opposed to the totem Pokemons in Sun and Moon. But there's definitely a strong callback to Sun and Moon and the way that game rolled the story versus how this seems to be unfolding. What do you guys think about that?
I agree.
Yeah. Like I feel like maybe a lot of the inspiration for this does have to deal with Sun and Moon for sure. Because yeah, like of the similarities that you pointed out. So I can strongly like believe that that's what they were, that's what they were gunning for. Like maybe like, one of the devs are like, oh, we did this in Sun and Moon. Maybe we can incorporate this. Hey, nice idea. Yeah, but how do we spice it up a little bit, And then I would assume maybe that's where they thought of like the whole, oh yeah, what if we let the trainer actually do some of the work, kind of thing. With the whole, what was it, that bag pouch throwing thing you gotta do to noble Pokemon?
Another question. Do you guys think we'll get new legendaries?
That is a good question, only because if this was a new region, obviously we would. But this isn't a new region, this is an old region. So, I mean, I was just on the assumption of we were going to get the same old legendaries, but we're already seeing variations of what we know to be true. Actually, do we have an? We don't have any variants of any legendary, right?
Or this region itself? No.
For
The
any
closest. I mean, the closest things we have are just the Galarian birds. Like that would be the closest thing to a variant.
That's right. So what if this time around, instead of it being the trio, some random trio, what if instead the cover legendaries, or what would have been the cover legendaries, be regional variants? So we would get a variation of Dialga, Palkia, even Arceus.
I would like that. Maybe maybe even completely new legendaries could be also.
I feel like because of like the time that it's taking place in, like let's say if we are talking about like Arceus, Dialga, and Palkia, I wanna say they might have something similar to like a like a primal form, but unlike Kyogre and Groudon, maybe it's a weaker version of what they are now. Maybe that's what I want to say. Like, what if they were just like pure Dragon type instead of having their secondary typing at like that stage in time of the game? Instead, like maybe they were just created, but then they're not like at their full potential yet, which would be their second typing or gaining their second typing.
Yeah, there are a lot of parallels to Ultra Sun and Ultra Moon.
This was also the generation for Giratina, correct?
Yes.
So it's funny that the three big legendaries in the game are all dragon typing, except for Arceus, which is normal typing. And Giratina has always been portrayed as the opposite of Arceus. So, I don't know. Like they've obviously hinted that this is going to be something to pad the legends that we know of to this point from playing the previous games. So I'm just curious to see how they will change the story, or not so much as change it, but to offer variation of what we to this day know to be true versus actual truth, so to speak.
I think that would be great. Give us more insight. Give us more lore. Give us more backstory on Pokemon. I'm down, man.
Yeah, same. I would love that.
All right. Is there anything else you guys want to tap on?
I think, if anything, it was on the Pokemon website, and Austin John also spoke about it, but one of the wardens, Ariza, I think her name was, or something like that, or Arezu, or I don't remember what her name was. The one that looks like Team Galactic member Mars. Anyways, he did mention that she does have one of those bracelet things that the other wardens have, and that they didn't show what Pokemon she's affiliated with. The Pokemon website says that she's her partner or something is a certain, I think, was it certain
lady Pokemon?
Yeah, lady Pokemon. So I'm wondering, like, what is this gonna be like? Is this also gonna be another regional variant type of Mon? Is it gonna be like a brand new Mon that they're introducing or something? That would be kind of cool, Like, I can't wait to see what they reveal for that one.
Yeah. Only time will tell, and we're only 3 months out,
right? But we're that much closer to the game releasing, because I think the release date was January. They said, right?
The end of January.
Yeah.
So
1 month before the end of 1 month before Pokemon Day, which leads me to wonder what they have planned for us on Pokemon Day.
I wouldn't be surprised if that's when they drop the functionality to transfer your BDSP and Legend of Arceus Pokemon into Pokemon Bank and then into Sword and Shield. I wouldn't be surprised if it was just that, and maybe some kind of other Sword and Shield DLC expansion or something.
Yeah, I could
I
definitely
would,
see that.
You guys know we have Kahuna since Sun and Moon.
yeah.
But if we get that in every new area, we got like 5 areas. Maybe we get elders for like five areas. Like the Elite Four. Maybe we get like 4 people and we can fight them after the Wardens.
That would be kind of cool, actually. Yeah,
I think that might happen.
You mean like the first league again?
yeah.
Like the Elite Four, but in a different way.
Right, but in Sun and Moon, there were no Elite Four. There wasn't a league until you got to the very end.
No, I mean like like the Kahunas after you are done with your island challenge.
Mm-hmm.
Something like that.
Gotcha.
Yeah, that yeah.
Taking the way the old gyms used to be, where you had to fight the assistants in the gyms before you can actually get to the gym leader. But in this case, instead of it being in a building, it's a whole area. It's a whole zone.
Yeah, I mean that. Yes.
Okay, yeah, that actually sounds awesome.
Yeah.
I like
Oh,
this.
you know what? Leading up to that, like, what if they did follow Sun and Moon, but it wasn't a Pokemon League that they were gonna first introduce, but it was actually gonna be like a gym leader system instead.
Also,
And then that would imply like having a little bit more, like a lot more characters though. Unless they split up, like the Wardens, and then they become like the first 8 gym leaders or something. That would be cool.
no, that's what my take was, that the Wardens were going to be leaders.
Yeah.
Yeah, like King and Queens. Maybe we'll get like a King and Queen per area.
One more little tidbit. Austin John has also pointed this out. Still no evolution like pictures or anything of our starter Pokemon for Legends of Arceus. So that regional evolution thing for starters might be, seems pretty up there, up for grabs.
Well, remember, I said that. I said that back in our first episode.
That's true.
And I've been saying that since the first episode. I noticed that it was a glaring point for me, because anytime let's face it, Game Freak is the kings of subtlety. You don't see it, doesn't mean that it's not there. Doesn't mean that it's going to stay the same either. Like, everyone was for sure swearing up and down that there would not be Pokemon in the overworld for Sword and Shield. We got Pokemon in the overworld. We also got random encounters. They merged the two. Nobody saw that coming until they actually dropped that announcement. Making noise to attract Pokemon.
The whistle thing, yeah, that was a pretty cool
the whistle
thing. Or the ringing your bell on your bike.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Doing away with HM Pokemons and the Pokeride system by utilizing your bicycle to do everything, and it was seamless.
Yes.
I mean, these are little things that people made an assumption on, that, oh, well, we don't see a Pokeride system, so I guess we're back to HMs. Nope. They are really good at hiding things. So as far as we know, we haven't seen everything that they've done to this game. We don't know what's coming up. We can speculate all we want, but at the end of the day, until that game drops, we're not going to be 100% sure on anything. Definitely think that there's something up with those starter Pokemons and alternative evolutions. I don't see them not changing. They were very specific in their wording.
And there are lot more things that we are missing.
Mm-hmm.
How many trailers do you guys think we will get?
One more for each month before the game releases.
I'm more thinking to like 3, maybe 2.
I'm leaning on the 2 side myself, only because once the remakes drop, they've got hype for Legends. They want to keep that hype going, but at the same time, they gotta be careful and not show too much.
Yeah, maybe they won't show anything in November and then show in December and January.
Yeah.
January, yeah.
Definitely can see that.
For the viewers, don't forget, if you haven't pre-ordered your copy at a BDSP, make sure you do that soon. And don't forget, all kind of different stores have different pre-orders, so take your pick.
Choose wisely. All right. Well, I think this is it for this episode. Everyone have a wonderful day. Thank you for joining us once again, and hopefully see you on the next episode. Thanks. Bye.
Bye.
Bye.